Therefore, oh my Ghana, emu and Sam and our Sukua, Utie Isabe, aha, a new day news, every mu, Yangra and Semno emu.
Adansia Abedadi say, chairman of the expert committee on the draft of the 1992 constitution. A year professor or being from Okunini, I was also your hene, Nana SKB Asante professor. Okudi Adansia say, and yama ye cruche ye ka se enye de ye betumi agina so de yi chief justice no. Me hwe niema mo kan wasem yi no, enya de a enini gina ba bia ma ne ye. Atemafo mpanimfo mienu akọ eye justice eni yeboa justice Sofia Akofo ekọ committee nanim ekọ kan se ade amode bo maami kwadui enya de a odi no bokwa odi bo no kwadu a ye every say ya ade a ye ne no as a former chief justices ade a yedi adwuma ebi ne de ohe ye say ni kunu ne ne ba ene ni tu kwan
ode ni kunu ne ne ba tu kwan
ono you see no me Cardinal
balanza na obakoso no wa unia Professor Smart Sapon se otio fikumase
hey prof ye sha ya che
e o so ma waje
ka cha say ye project da so ye hangilo
prof there or no project e good ne call
I you ka cha say ye there no ye critical enti oyama ye hwe ne anye
mate
ai now Cardinal travel policy yes ode ni kunu ene ne ba atukwan
yeah
de di kan say ebusa e ho ne say ye wo document bi a yato ne din overseas travel for official business dated January 5 2019 which was revised the last time in 2010. The purpose of the policy the purpose of this policy is to outline the necessary security and protocol requirements to support the foreign travels of the Chief Justice as head of the logistical needs of superior court judges on official travel. This policy draws its strength from the other two arms of government where the state fully covers the travel expenses of the aide de camp and the protocol officer or personal assistant who accompany the respective heads on their foreign travels. Policy statement. The primary responsibility not just say sadie ayede e kire kwan a temuafo pani ani wo mu eye adwuma wa atemu adwuma no mu atemuafo akese no kwan a wo mbefa so e wo mu akwantuo mu te say the president ene na pamfo anase parliament ene wo mu tu kwan akwankyere ene niema wo mbefa so adi dwuma.
So before about to ask me the okay as say sa policy we compare the three arms of government.
No, it is not comparing. It is relating say said the parliament want the travel policy. Executive wanted there no. Judicial is so wanted there. That's right. Man who's a mama Elizabeth or any cry article be now all can say almost firm up this thing no. Or like the late Mampongene Dasebre Osebonsu out to Suminu Nana when you baby call or say or do ya say bria no more reverse say hey now is that how we treat our justices and son na womo
and I say a whole chief
justice yeah enti and some no be one more sabi o wan hwe ya na wakoka ma wano atra so enti me bompa say nyame ma no nkopa
nyame so bebo ye
ai na tie personal travel by the chief justice. The chief justice shall be entitled to 2 round-trip business class tickets, Accra, London, Accra, for example, to be utilized during his or her vacation. Travel expenses, hotel accommodation, and per diem will be borne by the Judicial Service and capped at 14 days per round trip. Mpendo dwa chief justice betumi atu kwan ni otu kwan a nadodo obedi any sika ye de be ma no every state ayinim o say where the chief justice embarks on a personal or private foreign travel, he or she shall be accompanied by the security alone. The travel expenses of the security comprising air ticket, hotel accommodation and per diem shall be borne by the Judicial Service. Official travel by the chief justices by justices of the superior courts and also Edi Musa. Now the relevant part of me person make I know can say oni obi manson ma minute now so as part of a panel and the ajade for enum enso enkono a etna semso no wo mu wieye no yetimi yi baako e de so bobo no wo hwe sa de yemani gina cardinal yemani gina obi betma pike on justice Puama. Obi betme apike on justice Asiedu. Unim za. For the role they played in this process. Any day, any time.
Because they say no.
Because what we are saying is say kuo koya dia yetimi nipa baako.
Edi ni gina ho.
Edi ni gina ho. Edi de dodo no nyina ahia mu de ye no ye de ho so body bono. Anasa President Mahama cabinet ko take decision. They said they take decisions ya. Near ya. Yetimi yi minister baako. Near de nako jina as a nibia. If you say or no ena ebia asem nako pie na so. That's a danger in the logic. Aya faso de yi maame no. Na me say nanke ye maame get to toko nu nko a. To konu ni kunu dana sa no bo ni din wa court. Enka meka say
toko nu no ti ase.
Dabi o.
Waje achiwade.
Hey,
o papa achiwade.
Yo.
Toko nu.
Okay.
O papa achiwade.
Yo. Cardinal. Senke ka ma me no nko anka me nha me o. Ade asade we eye ni say emfa ho ne emra no de eka se minya tumi a mitumi ye de mepe pepe. Every principle in this Ajechun case has been breached in the process to remove the chief justice. Every process, from the receipt of the petition to the setting up of the committee, the suspension of the chief justice by the president, the completion of the work by the committee,
the quasi completion,
and of course, the recommendation and the eventual removal. Mami, so for Yakufu, sa Ajechun case. Ehu here panti, or no, or can say, sa committee na ye set it up no. Ad hoc in nature. Then ad hoc nature say a committee enyina hoda entino se ye benya atentene ni wo mu a ese se ye nhihye a ebeboa ama akwankyeraba committee ni so do sie na dwuma na tie se de mamini sika no at page 787. Cardinal Tio. Furthermore, it is true that unless otherwise prescribed, committees have the power to establish their own operating procedures. There is a committee, ba sunku ye power no more. One more who kwase omutimi famra e de hye wo monsa e de ye yi mra wo mudi be ya adwuma se ye mra yenim na tie de oka to aso say however the committee envisaged by article 146 is clearly of an ad hoc nature, and it will be extremely detrimental to the nation to hold that it is up to each committee at any time to map out its own procedures. Just say, and it's a Yamano Yamjana Jaja Musa, Enunti, Enna Nanu ya majority leader. Hasan Mama Yarga, Okoka say, Omo Peso Modi, a Shishayako Parliament, ne guide Koya Befaso, Ede Article 146 in the year Juma. It was in response to what Justice Sofia Kufu said. Then, as Justice of the Supreme Court, and San Obabe Supreme Court, Chief Justice.
Chief Justice, yeah.
Mampani Mahama, Obey President or Pow, 8 Kwesi Prempeso, Omuntu fo. Emfa Kwanya Befaso, Ede Article 146 a year Juma. Cardinal.
Look.
I mean, kind be. So, okay, Emeritus Professor Albert Fiajo Commission.
Constitutional Review
Commission.
Sure.
Okay, Mampania or setting up our commission.
Mills. JEMS of blessed memory.
Okay, they know yet Mampania be the tree.
His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Okay, sir, Omu committee nu na Juma. Ade.
White paper.
Commission that be omu report to Koye.
Bachorain.
Emma, Ansana Professor Mills Bewu, June 15, 2012. White paper was issued on the white paper, accepting they now on be accepted, and they now almost so much day. Now, only say, Constitutional Review Commission no can be.
Also,
Pacho, Mamin Kango. Now, me cast a side we say, but Ghana, the usual politics. Or say, the commission finds that the spirit and letter of the Constitution of Article 1466 on the removal of Chief Justice. The commission finds that the spirit and letter of the Constitution properly and objectively construed seeks to insulate effectively the judiciary from any undue influence that could compromise its constitutionally imposed mandate to administer justice. With this in mind, the Commission is convinced that the decision of the Supreme Court in Ajechum versus Attorney General Ndakwete does not introduce a prima facie requirement for a petition against the Chief Justice to be entertained. It only leverages what is implicitly provided for. In other words, the Supreme Court only restated the obvious. The Commission considers it prudent, however, that the requirement of the establishment of a prima facie case before a petition for the removal of the Chief Justice is entertained should be expressly provided for in the Constitution. And therefore, they went ahead to recommend that young amend the Constitution 1992 no, now Article 1466 no, you find shame say we are implicit and not implied, but a idea shame sir. To say the Article 146, 3 and 4 say young prima facie no and sana ya committee. Professor Mills Wuyana, President Mahama, caretaker president, and son Obabe serve on the first term no. Yeah, the two baby. They can give all the excuses that they want. But they had 4.5 years to have implemented the proposals of the Constitutional Review Commission. Now, come back to me, the shame crime in the 2016 general elections. And now I'm saying, and say, a bear's had it. Yanya. Meno say, President Mahama, on setting up HKC Prempe Committee, say, woman to the phone for Kwanya. Constitutional review process, they now could do no, the way forward. On setting up committee visa. So on committee visa. Now, sa committee no. Niema omu consider no. Se we can be a, and ye be a man per America ye 2 years. Nti ba me ne bɔ ne de ɔhe.
Why near more?
De ɔhe.
Any more?
Ɛne na efro na nea mo ho.
Oni ho kwan so ɔde ne kunu tu kwan.
Man kan policy akyerɛw.
Say sa na ɛwɔ krata na obi sam de agina so na ma.
Ana me kyerɛw sɛ we see sa ajetwum case we no ho. Me say I Supreme Court justice omo be rough. They went to the extent of saying say ade no cry friend stated misbehavior na aboa be ya. Enti sa ye ni ni din dia ɛsɛ sɛ ye nyinaso sɛ deɛ ɛsɛ sɛ asumasi ye nie deɛ asumasi ye nie ɔnyɛ ye deɛ ni sɛ ɔyɛ nie deɛ ni sɛ ɔyɛ nie wayɛ. Enti petitions miɛnsa no wonim sɛ baako efiri nipa ye ni momo ɛwɔ Ghana ha ɛwɔ rising star for no they are not known in the legal books of Ghana.
Okay.
And yet the president entertained a petition from them. And to them the American question say nobody has told me obianti min kyerɛ me say sa na mo ya mampani Akufo-Addo etu ye mampani dada Akufo-Addo tu ye etia mra bi enema ye gina so edi eyi mami emu bi ɛwɔ ha frankase na Daniel for repetition no ene kwakwa azan de no pepepepepepepe enti mampani dada Akufo-Addo oyem from so ana in whose mouth does it like to say that court be na akasa
na me kan bi o Daniel for repetition no ne accusations against the Chief Justice 5th, 6th and 7th mankind 5th and or say the Honorable Chief Justice, without the knowledge of the accused person, okay, for the avoidance of doubt, conflict said, or say, in 2023, Her Ladyship, the Honorable Chief Justice, obtained from the Judicial Service an accountable impress of the sum of 14,000 USD to the Honorable Chief Justice to travel with her husband to Arusha, Tanzania, which he failed to retire. 4. In July 2023, Her Ladyship, the Honorable Chief Justice, without the knowledge of the accused person and his lawyer, unconstitutionally interfered with judicial proceedings in the case of Republic versus Jachikweisen, Supreme Court suit number so and so, by causing officials of national security to go and seize from the court computers on which proceedings in the case and other cases in the court were being recorded, ostensibly in connection with investigations into allegations of tampering with the record of proceedings of the case.
Daniel Ofori, oye je question.